Hey, Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shema Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and blessing to you, brothers, pushing this truth throughout the four winds. Okay, it only gets worse from here. Okay, we're basically seeing birth pains. Okay, we're seeing birth pains. We're seeing things, and we're seeing the possibility or the prelude or the opening stages, okay, of what's going on around. It gets far worse. You're gonna have to deal with food outages, no food, no electricity, living off the grid, that type of thing. Okay, we're gonna jump into 2nd Ezra 15. It says, "Behold, I speak, though in the ears of my people, the words of prophecy, okay, which I put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." And these words in this paper, that's the Bible. Okay, this is Isaiah 34:16. It says, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read." And that's the scriptures. Okay, it says, "None of these shall fail." None of the prophecies that he spoke in verse 1, he says, "In the ears of my people, the words of prophecy." So we go down here, it says, "None of these shall fail." And what shall not fail? These prophecies that come into pass very quick. Okay, they're being made and being brought to life. Okay, it says, "None shall want her mate." There's no other book that compares to this Bible. No other book holds prophecies and tell you exactly what's going to happen thousands of years before it does. Okay, it says, "For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them." So the Lord, when these words were spoken, they were promised and they were true, and we're witnessing it. Okay, you're not going to go into a book and it's going to tell you a certain people is going to be moved from one landmass to throughout the world, and this will be his chosen people, and then it happens and you just don't believe that. Okay, but we're going to get into things getting worse. All right, this is verse 3, 2nd Ezra 15:3. It says, "Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee." And you're going to see that right now. You're going to see that people speaking against what we're saying. They don't believe it. Okay, because it wasn't meant for everyone to understand. They don't get it. They're not going to get it. Okay, so when they speak incredulity of them that trouble thee, don't get tied up in their unfaithfulness, in their non-belief. They were tied to religion. Okay, they're not going to believe the things that we tell them, simply because if you look at it, generation to generation to generation, on and on and on, since we came over here on those slave ships, that's what's been preached, and it's in certain people's genetics. It's in their DNA. Okay, so don't expect them to believe what you're saying. Okay, the precept that this is Proverbs 1:24. "Because I have called, and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded." The Lord is calling for his people. He's stretching forth his hand. Okay, "But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh." So all these things that's coming, you're not eating 3 and 4 days. That's the Lord. That's what he's doing. He's mocking you now because he gave you a chance to get it right. And it only gets worse. Okay? When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. This is what you call righteous payback. I gave you an opportunity when you had the chance and nothing was going wrong, and you still spit in my face. So guess what? Now it's my turn to laugh. Okay? It says, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They were none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way. You made your bed, now you have to lay in it. And be filled with their own devices. Okay? So it's coming to you people, man. You've been constantly getting warned and you have all the right understanding and all of those things, and you still refuse to acknowledge Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Verse 5, it says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. All these things that's going to happen, it's the Lord doing it. It's the Lord putting the spirit on these people to bring forth all this chaos. Okay? That's what it is. It's the Lord's power. It says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And who that evil spirit is on, who you know today as Esau or the white race. Okay? And their hurtful works are fulfilled. Everything they've done, it's brought nothing but chaos and hurt. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Okay? Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. So none of that stuff is going to succeed anymore. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And that's exactly what goes on. Every time we lift up a prayer, every time we just holding a conversation saying we're tired of this place, even when we think it, that goes directly to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and he hears and he's tired of it. He's tired of hearing about it. Okay? This place is going to be visited with straight death. Okay? It's going to be just you the worst thing you can imagine multiplied times 100. Okay? It says, and the souls of the just complain continually, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among men, from among them. Salakia. So that's what we're looking forward to. Vengeance. Okay? We're looking for payback for all the slayings, and they go into the courthouse and they get away. Okay? Now the people they killed, they weren't innocent, but it's just the saying of how could these people live in the mind frame of we're going to live on the Bible, an eye for an eye, all that, and then don't live by it when you got something recorded. It's documented. Okay, you see somebody running away and a cop shoot them in the back of the head and kill them and they get off. Okay? But now it's payback. And it's not just for Esau. It's for you 2/3 wicked Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans also. Okay? That don't want to get right. It starts with you. 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. So we're going to be saved out of this place. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment of the Most High, that the Most High shall bring upon it. It's payback, man. And these things that you're watching and seeing right now is going to get way worse. It's going to get way worse. Okay? I mean, this place is like, you really have to understand what you're witnessing here. The end of a civilization is going to fall hard because the elites, they know it's the end of their reign and their rule. You think they're going to hand this kingdom over? No. They're going to put up a fight. And a lot of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are going to die like really bad deaths. Okay? It says, Lamentations 4:22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no longer carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So now all these things, that rap sheet that these Edomites have done, the rap sheet is stretched forth way out. Now it reaches into the heavens. Okay? It reaches into the heavens. So guess what? They have to pay for it. We pay for ours. Okay? It's 2 Ezra 15 and 13. It says, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with fearful constellation. So what we have here is a food shortage. Okay? It's a major food shortage, and you're seeing that right now. Major food shortage right now. All the beef and the pork and chicken and all that, big time shortage. You're going to start seeing it. Just give it a month. Let everything play out to where the time rotates, because they may have some back stock in like a warehouse. But watch around fall, or watch around let's say July, something like that. Just watch the shortage. Watch how it plays out. This is Ezekiel 5:16. It says, when I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you. And I will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread. Now, the things you eat, it's going to be cut short. The Lord is doing all this. And you have to understand, bro, people, when it comes to eating in America, they go crazy. They can't go a day without eating. All right? Now just imagine having to go a week. You barely get a sip of water here. Now you're going to start rationing foods off till there's nothing left. Now you have panic. Now you have robbery. Okay? It says 17, so will I send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence and blood shall pass through thee. And I will bring the sword upon thee. I, the Lord, have spoken it. It's going to happen, because he wrote this, and he wrote this as a prophecy. And the Lord can't lie. So you're going to see it. It's going to get way worse than what it is. Okay? 14, it says, woe to the world, woe is destruction, and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up against another, and swords in their hands. So you're going to see uprises and race wars. That's what's coming. It's race riots coming. Okay? It says, for there shall be seditions among men, and invading one another. So it's going to be people breaking into your house. It may be your neighbor. You're going to be tried like that. Okay? They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So they're basically saying we make our own rules now. You know what that is? Uprising. That's the uprising of the government. And look at this picture. India. Uprising of the government. And you got China, Iraq, and Iran, and even in the US. These people it's going to be worse than this. It's going to keep on going because they just can't simply sit in the house of a so-called disease. Okay? But these things were prophesied to get worse and worse, and then it's just that's when the World War III is breaking out. 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. I just seen this. I live in Louisiana, and we had, like, if you came from Baton Rouge to New Orleans and was going into Texas, it was a point where they kept you for 14 days to quarantine. Okay? If you had a job over here, they told you better get a house out there, you know? But now, that was just a prelude. They're just showing you it's like a test run. Okay? For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity on his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. Lack of bread. Things can get real bad, but when you start playing with people's food, that's when you see a whole nother animal awaken. But guess what? It's coming and it's going to get worse. Then you're going to have hyperinflation to where you go into the store and a loaf of bread may be $65. Okay? Get ready for it. These are warnings. The Lord is still reaching his hand out a little bit to people. Get with the program. I hope this is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Double honors to the apostle Nels Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to you. I can push this truth throughout the four winds. Shalom.